In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 WNBA games happening on June 27, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 WNBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Lynx versus Dallas Wings. It's a Western Conference showdown on the WNBA hardwood as two teams battle for victory in the Lone Star State. The Minnesota Lynx will be on the road to face the Dallas Wings on Thursday afternoon. The Lynx are coming off a 94-89 road win against the Liberty on Tuesday night, where they secured the Commissioner's Cup, winning outright as 5.5-point underdogs in their previous matchup. On the other hand, the Dallas Wings suffered a 92-84 defeat on Sunday against the Mystics, resulting in a sweep in their 2-game road set and failing to cover the line as 1-point underdogs. In their last 10 meetings, the Lynx have a 6-4 advantage and have won the last 4 matchups. This includes 2 wins this season, with the most recent being a 90-78 home victory on June 17th, although they failed to cover the line as 14.5-point favorites. The Minnesota Lynx and the Dallas Wings show a significant disparity, as evidenced by their records. Minnesota has dominated the first 2 games against Dallas, winning by an average of 11.5 points, with both games being decided by more than 10 points. Defense has been a crucial factor in their success, with Minnesota boasting the best defensive rating in the league at 90.6, while Dallas ranks 11th with a 106.1 defensive rating. At this point, the two teams are trending in completely opposite directions. The Wings have lost 11 consecutive games, including back-to-back defeats against Washington. Dallas is further weakened by the loss of Segrist, despite the early return of Howard. In contrast, Minnesota has won 7 straight games and 10 of their last 11. They are on a high after their Commissioner's Cup victory over the Liberty and have already defeated the Wings twice this season, both by double digits. With the Wings struggling, it's hard to imagine a different outcome this time. I was tempted to side with the Wings and the points. The Lynx have just won the Commissioner's Cup and now face an early game against the league's worst team, which seems like a classic letdown spot. Historically, the Lynx are 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games as double-digit favorites, including in 0-2 against the spread record this year. Conversely, the Wings are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games as double-digit underdogs, with a 1-0 against the spread record this year. It's easy to envision the Lynx coming out sluggish and winning by a narrow margin. Despite that, the Lynx are 13-4 against the spread this year, while the Wings are the worst team in the league, having lost 11 straight games and going 1-9 against the spread in their last 10. The Lynx have already beaten the Wings twice this season by double digits. Therefore, the Minnesota Lynx to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Regarding the total, Minnesota has seen the under hit 9-7-1 in their 17 games this season. On the road, the Lynx have seen the over hit 4-3 in their 7 games. Meanwhile, Dallas has seen the over hit 9-6-1 in their 16 games this season. At home, the Wings have gone over the total in 4 of their 6 games, including the last 3. In those 6 home games, the lowest combined total was 152 points in a loss to the Sun, with the other games totaling at least 166 points. The over is 6-0-1 in the last 7 meetings between these teams, and this game should follow that trend, with the Lynx capitalizing on the Wings' defensive struggles. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Las Vegas Aces versus Chicago Sky. On Thursday night, the Las Vegas Aces are set to hit the road for an interconference matchup against the Chicago Sky. The Aces, now regaining their full roster, enter this game on the back of a 2-game winning streak. Meanwhile, the Sky are riding high after an emotional victory at home against Indiana in their last outing. Despite being the stronger team on paper, the Las Vegas Aces have had their share of struggles, particularly on defense. They have also underperformed relative to expectations, evidenced by their 1-5 record against the spread in their last 6 games as double-digit favorites, with 2 of those games resulting in outright losses. The Sky, however, are coming off consecutive wins and will be motivated to defend their home court. Additionally, the Sky have only been double-digit underdogs once this season, a game in which they managed an outright win over the Liberty. Thus, the Chicago Sky to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both the Aces and the Sky have shown a tendency to hit the over more often than the under this season. The Aces have seen the over hit in 8 of their 14 games, while the Sky have seen the over hit in 8 of their 15 games. Defensively, neither team has excelled. The Aces rank 9th in the league with a 103 defensive rating, and the Sky are slightly better, ranking 5th with a 99.6 defensive rating. Both teams also struggle with fouling, with Las Vegas allowing 18 free throw attempts per game and Chicago allowing 19.7 attempts per game. The Aces' offense has become even more potent with the return of Gray to their lineup. Already the second highest scoring team in the WNBA and boasting the second best field goal percentage, the Aces are averaging just under 90 points per game since Gray's return. Former MVP Wilson has been particularly impressive, scoring 27 and 26 points in her 2-game return. Plum, too, will likely see more 3-point opportunities as she plays more off the ball. The Sky, coming off an 88-point game against the Fever, know they will need a strong offensive performance to compete, as it is unlikely their defense will be able to slow down the Aces. Consequently, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Connecticut Sun vs. Washington Mystics. The Connecticut Sun, currently boasting a strong 13-3 record, are gearing up to face the Washington Mystics, who are struggling at 4-13, on Thursday evening. This Eastern Conference matchup will take place at the Entertainment and Sports Arena. The Sun are looking to snap a 2-game losing streak, having recently fallen 72-61 to the Seattle Storm on the road this past Sunday. In contrast, the Mystics are on a bit of an upswing, riding a 2-game winning streak after securing a 92-84 home victory against the Dallas Wings on Sunday. Notably, this will be the 3rd encounter out of 4 this season between these two teams, with the Sun having won the first 2 meetings. The Connecticut Sun have been performing exceptionally well this season, while the Washington Mystics have faced significant struggles. The Sun's dominance over the Mystics is evident, as they have won both previous matchups by an average margin of 12 points. Adding to Washington's woes, they are dealing with numerous injuries ahead of this game, compounding their challenges. When examining the net ratings for the season, the Sun rank 3rd in the WNBA with a 9.8 net rating, whereas the Mystics are 7th with a -4.1 net rating. This disparity highlights the uphill battle the Mystics face in this contest. The Washington Mystics are severely hampered by injuries, with 4 of their top 6 scorers sidelined. This leaves the bulk of the scoring burden on Atkins, Dawson, and rookie Van Loo. Even before these injuries, the Mystics endured a dismal start to the season, losing their first 12 games. Given their depleted roster, it's unlikely they can effectively compete against the Sun. Despite the Sun's recent loss potentially affecting the spread, the Mystics' slight momentum from winning 4 out of 5 games doesn't change their fundamental challenges. The Mystics, having won against weaker teams, are not in playoff contention and are expected to revert to their losing ways. The Sun's superior size and strength, particularly in the paint, should prove decisive. The Connecticut Sun will be motivated to bounce back from consecutive losses and have already bested the Mystics twice this season, each by an average of 12 points. The Sun have also won 9 of their last 10 games against the Mystics overall. While the Washington Mystics have shown improvement with 4 wins in their last 5 games, it's important to recognize that these victories came against the Wings, Sky, and Dream. The Mystics still need to demonstrate consistent performance against stronger opponents. Therefore, the Connecticut Sun to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Mystics are not only a low-scoring team, but are also plagued by multiple injuries, which further hampers their offensive capabilities. The Sun, known for their slow pace and strong interior defense, will likely control the game's tempo. With Washington missing 4 of their top 6 scorers and lacking elite scoring talent, their leading scorer ranks only 21st in the league. They are unlikely to pose a significant threat. Their recent games against the Dallas Wings, the league's weakest team, may give them a false sense of confidence. However, facing the top defensive unit in the WNBA in the Sun will be a much tougher challenge. The Sun's methodical, inside-focused style of play, combined with their defensive prowess, suggests a low-scoring affair. Thus, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Fever vs. Seattle Storm. The Seattle Storm, holding a 10-6 record, currently sit in 2nd place in the Western Conference, just behind the Minnesota Lynx. In their most recent game, the Storm secured a victory against the Eastern Conference contenders, the Connecticut Sun. This win was highlighted by an exceptional performance from Jewell Loyd, who scored 16 points, and Skylar Diggins-Smith, who contributed 13 points and 8 assists. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever, with a 7-11 record, are positioned in 5th place in the Eastern Conference following their loss to Angel Reese's Chicago Sky. Despite a challenging start to the season, the Fever have demonstrated significant improvement in June, boasting a 6-3 record, including an impressive 4-1 run since June 13. The Indiana Fever have shown remarkable progress lately, achieving a 6-3 record in June with a notable 4-1 streak since June 13. Although the Seattle Storm have won the previous 2 matchups this season, the Fever's recent performance indicates they have been playing better basketball. With their current momentum, they are expected to keep the game competitive, even against a formidable team like the Storm. Rookie Caitlin Clark is having an impressive season, averaging 16 points per game and 6.6 assists per game. Her ability to impact the game on both ends of the court makes Indiana a wild card. Additionally, the activation of forward Damaris Dantas adds depth and experience to the Fever's roster. Betting on an underdog with a spread of plus 8.5 offers value, especially when the team has been performing well and keeping games close. So the Indiana Fever to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Fever have an impressive over-under record of 9-1-0 in their last 10 games, including hitting the over in 8 consecutive games. Additionally, the over has been achieved in the Fever's last 6 road games. If you want more evidence, the over is 14-2 in the Fever's last 16 games overall. Bettors are capitalizing on the oddsmakers' misjudgment of both Caitlin Clark's and the Fever's performance levels. The Seattle Storm have an over-under record of 3-2-0 in their last 5 games, indicating their capability to participate in high-scoring games. Clark ranks 3rd in the WNBA for 3-pointers made, highlighting her significant contribution to the score. In the 2 previous meetings between these teams, both held in Indiana, the total points scored finished over the projected total. In each of Indiana's last 5 games, the total has also finished over, and in 3 of Seattle's last 5 games, the total points scored went over as well. Indiana ranks last in scoring defense, while Seattle is 4th in scoring. The Storm are averaging 94 points per game in their 2 games this season against Indiana, while the Fever are averaging 85.5 points per game against the Storm. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.